I fainted on my wedding morning, not because of fear of marriage, but because a doctor smiled and said, "Congratulations, your woman is pregnant." My name is Chinedu, and this is my story. I am telling it myself because I lived it. I carried it in my chest for many years, and even now it still shakes me when I remember that morning. I met Ifunanya when we were young, in secondary school in our village. I was the head boy. She was my junior. Everyone knew her. She was the most beautiful girl in the school. It was not just her face. It was the way she walked, the way she spoke, the way she smiled at people. Even teachers liked her. Old men in the village used to say, "This girl will go far." I loved her quietly at first. As head boy, I tried to act strong and serious, but whenever I saw her, my heart would beat faster. One day, after school, I walked her home. We talked about small things, school, books, her dreams. That was how everything started. We became close, very close. But we were careful. We were young. We respected ourselves. I was serious about my future, and she was serious too. People in the village already knew we were together. Some even joked that we would marry one day. After secondary school, my life changed. My father had died years before. My mother struggled to feed us. University fees were too much. I had no choice. I left the village and moved to the city to look for work. Leaving Ifunanya was painful. I promised her I would come back for her. She cried the day I left. I told her, "I will not forget you. Just wait for me." Life in the city was hard at first. I slept in small rooms. I worked different jobs. Some days I ate once. Some days I did not eat at all. But I kept pushing. Slowly, things got better. I found steady work. I saved money. Back in the village, Ifunanya finished secondary school. She wanted to go to the university, but her parents were not rich. When I heard, I decided to help her. I paid for her forms. I helped with school fees. When she got admission, I felt proud, like a husband already. Then something terrible happened. Ifunanya lost both her parents within a short time. She became alone in the world. That was the moment I made a strong decision. I told her, "As long as I am alive, you will not suffer. I want to marry you." She agreed. She cried and said yes. She told me she was a virgin and that she wanted to keep herself until marriage. I believed her. I respected her choice. I loved her for that. For years, I worked and sent her money. I delayed my own university plans. The money I saved for my school, I used it for her. I did not complain. In my mind, we were building our future together. Ifunanya did well in school. She graduated. On her graduation day, I proposed to her in front of her friends. People clapped. She said yes again. That day, I felt like the happiest man alive. We did the traditional marriage. Our families met. Everything was peaceful. Then we started planning the white wedding. Invitations were printed. Clothes were sewn. Church date was fixed. I trusted her fully. I never checked her phone. I never asked questions. I believed love should have trust. Then came the wedding morning. We were dressed and ready to go to church. On the way, inside the car, Ifunanya suddenly said she felt sick. She started vomiting. At first, I thought it was wedding nerves. Many brides feel nervous. But she vomited again. And again. My heart started beating fast. Something did not feel right. I told the driver to turn and go to the nearest hospital. I was worried. I held her hand. She was weak. At the hospital, nurses rushed her inside. I stood outside, walking up and down. I was praying. I was scared. But I was still thinking only of her health. After some time, a doctor came out. He smiled at me. He said, "Congratulations." I was confused. I asked, "Congratulations for what, doctor?" He said, "Your woman is pregnant." That was all I heard. The world went dark. I fainted. When I woke up, I was on a bed. People were around me. My head was heavy. My chest was tight. I asked again, hoping it was a mistake. The doctor repeated it. She was pregnant. I looked at Ifunanya. She was crying. She could not look into my eyes. I did not shout. I did not fight. I was too weak for anger. My mind was racing. I kept asking myself one question. How? I had kept myself. I had respected her words. I had waited. So how was she pregnant on our wedding morning? I felt betrayed. I felt foolish. I felt used. But I also felt pain. Deep pain. I remembered the years I worked, the money I sent, the dreams I built. I remembered the trust I gave freely. That hospital room was quiet, but inside me, there was noise. The wedding did not hold that day. What happened next is another story. But this is where I will stop. Moral lesson. This story is not about shame. It is about truth. Love without honesty is a slow poison. Trust is powerful, but blind trust can break a person. Sacrifice is good, but it should not be built on lies. When people hide the truth, they do not just hurt others, they destroy futures. Sometimes the biggest pain does not come from enemies. It comes from the person you trusted with your life. If you were me, after waking up from that faint, what would you do? Would you walk away? Would you forgive? Would you ask questions? Or would you still go ahead with the wedding? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear your heart.